if you remember a specific North London derby, particularly as a player, and just kind of what it meant to you, the sort of the rivalry. Just paint the picture for us, basically.
I have so many. The big comeback that we made when we were 2-0 down, probably, I think it was the second year here. It was a tremendous one. The way the stadium lifted the team, the moment we scored the first one. The first one, obviously, as a manager that I won here, a really special one as well, because that's why we were in a position that we needed that win at the time. It's a special. It's a rivalry in a city, but I really like the rivalry. I have lived many other derbies when I played in France, when I played in Spain, when I played in Glasgow, when I played Everton, Liverpool. It's a special thing here. It's in the same city. There's something between communities as well, and I really like it. It's intense.
Does it set a tone for the season? Does it lay down the marker? Does it make a statement? And how important is that for you on Sunday?
I think it builds something even bigger as well with your supporters. I think it's a game that is always in your fixtures, and you look straight away when we play in that game, because it's special. There is something emotionally attached to it, and that makes it bigger. So it would be a big lift if we manage to win it.
Is there a better feeling when you win?
No, I think because you know what it means to people, and having that possibility in your job to make someone happy, that's a huge fulfillment, and that's a responsibility that we feel.
Okay. Obviously, the fans, everything is about beating Tottenham. Do you get the same thing from people around the club? Do you have people come up to you and saying, "We've got to beat Tottenham. Tottenham is the one we've got to win"?
There is something. You walk down the streets, and there is a feeling there. I imagine is both ways, because there is the history, there is the rivalry, and that's a beautiful thing if it's taken in the right way in a sport. And it's just, we're so privileged to be involved in these kind of games.
And you've got players from all around the world. There's not that many who are brought up as Arsenal fans, but do they all understand exactly what this one means?
They do understand, and if they haven't, I will explain them very quickly what it means, and it's simple to do that, and as well they will realize the moment that we get around the Emirates on Sunday afternoon, and they see the atmosphere and the vibe around it, they will realize quickly what is coming.
But can you almost treat it as just another game, or does that sort of go out the window when the emotions?
No, I think there are things that often emotionally you have to control, but I think the atmosphere will be different. It will be more electric, it will be more energy on the ground, on the pitch, and you have to deal with that in the right way and take advantage of that.
John? You experienced the Old Firm derby before, the North London derby, which Spurs manager is going to do the same way. How do they two compare, and did the first one help with the second one?
I think, first of all, living those kind of derbies in different countries is a blessing. And the Glasgow one is a huge one for many things, obviously, because of the rivalry, because of the religion. There is a lot of things culturally as well. There is the city, a really special one, I think. And I don't know, enjoy the one that we have the ability to play right now, which is this one.
Did the Old Firm derby, was it more intense because of the off-field thing that you just said?
When I look back, probably it was a shock for me. In the first 5, 6, 10 minutes, I think the ball didn't hit the floor, the grass, and everything was allowed. It was many years ago, and that was probably a big hit for me. That's probably when I look back, I say, wow, what was that? And then you get used to it, and you find similarities in other derbies that probably that early one, it was a big shock.
What about your first North London derby? Do you remember that one as well?
That one, yeah, it was different because the styles are different as well. You get used to it. You have had some experiences there as well, and I think you treat it in a different way.
Isan from Dagenham.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
With the start Tottenham have had this season, how would you, I know it's early days, but how would you assess them against the other teams in the league so far?
I don't know. It's very early in the season. It's very hard to tell. But for sure, they have a really good start, and they're in a good moment, and we are too, and it's a big game, and we're gonna have to battle the right way to win it.
But what qualities have you seen so far in their team that you think that could be of danger to us on Sunday?
Well, a lot. Even though they don't win games, they dominate the games. They have scored a lot of goals. That's certainly something. They're not really attacking, flowing team, and they go for it. And it will bring very different approach probably for the games that we have played in the league so far.
And after beating PSV 4-0, going into this game, what do you think that does in terms of confidence and as like a warning sign to them, like you guys have got this capability of putting 4 past a team in the Champions League? For example?
Well, for sure, he has to drive the energy and the belief that we have to keep doing what we are doing, and understand that it's going to be a very different game. That's going to need that performance or even better to beat them, and keep going.
And Gary?